The former fisher village Vrygrond, one of the oldest townships of Cape Town, lies near Muizenberg, about 20 kilometers from the city center. There are about 44,000 people living there, and according to locals, the township is completely overpopulated. This is obvious, as Vrygrond was planned to accommodate only 22,000 inhabitants. Unlike other townships, Vrygrond is not inhabited by only one ethnic group. It is rather a melting pot in which Afrikaans-speaking colored people, refugees from other African countries like Congo, Mozambique or Malawi, and Xhosa-speaking South Africans live together. There are only estimates about the unemployment rate in Vrygrond, but it may be as high as 70 up to 90%. According to a survey, the biggest problems the people in Vrygrond have to deal with are unemployment, HIV, missing healthcare, and the abuse of drugs and alcohol.
Most of the time I drink and I smoke a joint, you see, just to take that thing away in my mind. What's happening in our life in South Africa.
Most of the people live in so-called shacks, small huts built from corrugated iron sheets and wood. Others can afford to live in small houses, which offer at least some standard of living. The community leader Colin showed us his home. Life in a township is a constant struggle. Just as we were filming inside the house, a small catastrophe occurred only a few meters away. But as hard as it may sound, the people here have almost gotten used to homes burning down. Due to the cramped living conditions and the neglect of safety in terms of electricity and fuel, fires are quick to spread.
They lose everything and we don't get paid back a cent. Yeah, of course. Because we don't have the money to insure ourselves.
But the problem is they smoke too much drugs. So they don't mind about the house, the life, the whatever, just do what they want to do.
And among all the difficulties life in Vrygrond throws at you, there are the children. About 10% of the population is younger than 6 years. However, the high birth rate stands in a sharp contrast to limited access to education and childcare. School fees are often too expensive for parents, who can hardly afford all the everyday expenses. But community leader Colin points out the importance of education.
Life is about choices. What do you want to do? My child can become a professor one day, my grandchild can become a artist. If I give it back to him.
Statistics say that only about 50% of all children living in Vrygrond actually visit a school. The school fee is 150 rand per year, but even that amount is more than many parents are willing or able to pay. But nevertheless, the primary school in Vrygrond gives a good example of how the children can be given a future perspective. Many say the South African government isn't doing enough for the people living here. Without foreign funding, the primary school would never have become reality. Especially the young generation feels forgotten.
The government, they don't do that. They fighting the parties, you see, the fighting each other.
Because they greedy, they don't help us. Yeah, people here in the bottom.
They put the money in their own pockets and they steal the money. All the country's money, you see. Because
got lots of stuff here in South Africa.
All we need is jobs, man. See, that's all.
But even though most people in Vrygrond are unemployed, a few make their living. For example, the owner of this shop for second-hand stuff.
We're selling second-hand goods like furniture and beds. We have doors there. Second-hand doors, we also get it from like the company. Maybe they are taking out the doors, they want to put new ones. Then they bring it here. We buy for a cheap price so that we can also sell it. Anything for the house, even the stoves, the fridges, the microwaves, we also buy and sell them.
Or another example is these guys who work in construction.
I'm working all over. That's why, I charge a little bit of money and that's why I'm always busy every day. Just to keep myself also, so that I can have food and whatever. But at least I help the community by building up the houses.
But it's just like enough money to survive, right?
Yeah, I can't overcharge the people. I'm just charging so that they can also eat and survive.
And a lot of businesses, when they hear you come from Vrygrond,
yeah,
they look at you as a gangster.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, it's true, yeah.
The Masakule Educare. This creche offers an important service to the community, as it is taking care of children up to 5 years. Without the possibility of bringing their kids here, many women would be unable to take on a job.
We started to run this creche in 2009. I was a domestic worker. It was so difficult to me to put my child because they start 7 o'clock till 4 o'clock Fridays. And then there's no option because I'm a working mother. From there I think let me help the friend from community, especially the working mother. Because they got same problem like me. When you're coming from work, stand in a queue there in retreat taxi, long queue, sometimes it's raining, the train stop on the way, take a long time to come and reach to pick up the. We got a crash, we were running a crash at the home, but it was 8 room. We just got my own place at the back, at the front I put the crash. We started our age is 1 till to 5.5, ready to go to school.
But nevertheless, Vrygrond is no ideal place for children to grow up. A lot of them still suffer from drug abuse, sexual violence at home, or don't have any access to education. People like Solani running her creche, or a lot of NGOs which are active in Vrygrond, may bring some progress to this place, but it will still take a lot of time until it will be fundamentally changed. As a foreigner, it may be hard to judge whether or not the South African government is doing enough for the people living in townships like Vrygrond. But still, this is a different South Africa. A South Africa which most of the tourists or the wealthy South Africans will probably never see.